All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew FIGURELLI. Thank you so much again for checking us out here at the Hey BigHead Show. Across from me is the lovely, wonderfully talented Heather Marie Collins.
Use my full name.
I always use your full name. You love when I do. This is episode number 2. I'm pretty excited.
Dose.
And I know last time.
Sponsored by Starbucks.
It is not sponsored by Starbucks. I know last time we said the first episode was probably going to be the best episode we've done. I lied. This is probably going to be the best episode we've done.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because we have our first interviewee, which I'm very excited for.
Because it's your mom?
Because it's Kim Nicholson, who is a certified nutritionist. She's overall just a wellness coach. And what are you laughing at? What's going on?
Because I just sniffled.
Okay.
There's a whole thing before the show. My breathing.
Heather has a breathing problem right now. But no, we have Kim Nicholson on the show. She's going to tell us all about how to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle while we are sitting in the office, hunched over our desks, 6+ hours a day. I'm really excited to hear that, and I'm excited to hear about how we can improve our lifestyle while working in an office Monday through Friday, and then more than likely in front of our computer on the weekends as well. We got a lot of.
You sit and play on your computer all day long, every day.
Too much, and I actually don't even want to talk about how much I play because it's embarrassing. I'd rather not put that out in the digital world, but here we are. We're also going to talk a little bit more about Ready, Set, Social. Last week, we kind of talked about the introduction to Ready, Set, Social, what it's all about. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
No.
Is that what's going on here?
This episode is going to be a train wreck. I can already tell.
We are crushing it. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about the Creator Fund, about how to make money on Instagram and TikTok and stuff.
On all the social apps.
All the social apps. We're getting real social on this episode. It'll be good.
Social Sunday.
That's right. But how was your week? Heather, you had a pretty monumental moment a couple days ago, actually. You were on an Instagram Live.
Oh my goodness. This was the coolest thing ever.
You have 2 celebrities that you're obsessed with.
Okay. Rob Thomas and K-Flay are just amazing songwriters, musicians, great voices, So anytime I get noticed by either of them, I get giddy. I get excited.
And they know you.
They both know me, which is crazy. So yeah, I was watching K-Flay's live Instagram, and she was inviting people on. And
this is like at 10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock at night, she was having a pumpkin carving party.
Okay.
And she invited me on. And actually, she sent me the invite to go on because I was commenting on it.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah. And I sat there and talked to her for like 10 minutes. It was a hot second. And then thank goodness for Andrew paying attention to his phone all the time.
That's right.
Because you love when I blow you up.
In a positive way.
Yeah,
I love
in a positive way.
Not when you blow me up in a negative way.
I do that often
Have
too.
your minions attack me.
Yeah, I do that too. But she sat there, or Andrew was smart enough to see the notification. So what did it say? Heather and K-Flay are live?
It said K-Flay is live with Radio Heather. And I was, what? And so I instantly jumped on and I started recording. I just swiped down.
Thank God for Andrew, because I have it on video now. But yeah, so I think they were all drunk because they were all carving pumpkins and they were having me approve each pumpkin. Like, are they good enough? Sure. And then it was so cute. She's like, are you impressed? And I'm like, I'm impressed. She's like, yes.
I think she has a little crush on you.
K-Flay, I have a crush on you.
Oh boy, here we go. We are matchmaking here.
Rob Thomas and K-Flay, I have a crush on both of them.
Wow. It's getting real sticky.
We love everyone.
That's great. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I went to, I had a eventful week
I was going to
myself.
ask you what you were doing, but you just cut yourself. You wanted to ask yourself.
I did. Andrew, what did you do this past week?
Andrew, what did you do?
I will gladly tell you. Well, I had family in town, and it was my stepbrother's 21st birthday. And so we took him to all around the city to, really celebrate that. But something randomly we did was we got tickets to a WNBA game, and it was the finals game. And I'm a big fan of basketball. I'm a big fan of all basketball, WNBA included. And there's this one player on the Las Vegas Aces. Her name's Liz Cambage, and I have the biggest crush on her. She is 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". She's from Australia. She's got this real overconfident, almost cocky type attitude. But she's one of the best in the game.
Could you date a girl that's taller than you?
I think I could. I think I'd be okay with
that.
I don't think you could.
You're too alpha.
I haven't yet.
You're too alpha.
but height has nothing to do with
but you'd be like, but you get mad when a guy is taller than you.
That's true. I do. But anyways, so big crush on Liz, right? She's awesome. She's great. So a couple days before that, actually, I was at the grocery store and I saw her at the grocery store. And
you lost your mind.
I'm not one to really get into, taking selfies or asking for autographs. I just let them do their business, do their thing. But I saw her and I was like, I need to do something. I need to say something. And obviously,
were you trying to hit on her at Whole Foods?
I would test the waters to see what happens.
Did you really try to hit on her at Whole Foods?
I like I said, I was going to test the water. So I had the mask on, and I saw her in the healthy aisle, and I walked up, and all I said.
The healthy aisle. You're at Whole Foods. The whole store is healthy.
Okay, well I didn't say what grocery store we're at, but okay, there you go. So I just walk up to her and just say, "Hey Liz, big fan." She keeps her head forward, gives me the side eye, and just walks right by me. Now I'm putting it down as I was muffled because I had the mask on. Now it probably sounded like this. So I'm assuming that that's what happened, but that made me like her even more. Oh man, the fact that she blew me off totally was
Ladies,
incredible.
If you want to impress Andrew, blow him off. Good to know. Start blowing him
Liz,
off.
if by chance you happen to see this episode, I love
Big
you.
fan.
I
love that my crush gave me all sorts of attention and yours blew you off.
And it drove me wild. And
really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
What is wrong with you?
It's a guy thing.
What is wrong with men? This is going to turn into my other podcast now.
This is not Confessions of a Dating App. This is
man.
Hey BigHead Show.
Actually, we might have to sit here and do an episode now. No, but that's really cool. We both had epic weeks. I went to my first football game too.
There you go. See?
I've never been to that. It was cool.
At the Legion Stadium.
Yeah, I see why you like football now.
It was great.
Like, it's a vibe going to a real live sport event.
Just wait till you get into fantasy and you start betting, and all of a
sudden I've been in fantasy football.
You're down this downward spiral.
I played DJ Ashbo 1 week in fantasy football.
I don't know what that is.
He's a guitar player.
Okay.
We were playing fantasy football against each other for charity, and I kicked his ass.
Wow.
I don't know who I picked. I don't remember how many points I got, but I did kick his ass.
There you go.
So
that's your milestone moment right there in football.
Do you ever have people, by the way, play fantasy football and like they don't know what they're doing, or
Absolutely.
Do you? And then
they always win.
Yes.
And I hate it.
That's what happened to me. I got into I was like 4th place. I was about to be in the finals, and then something happened. We got fucked up.
There you go.
Tom Brady fucked up or something.
There you go. I can't believe you would ever insult Tom Brady like that. That's all right.
I purposely had to do it.
All right. So moving on, let's talk about our first interview here. So Heather, I've been sitting in an office for, maybe 10 years now. Before that, I was, up and about. When I was working, I was, walking the floor as a restaurant manager. But ever since I got a 9 to 5, I have been sitting down, and it's basically ruined my physique. I had the body of basically like a golden god.
No,
I absolutely did.
Not since I met you.
Are you serious? This is what I look like. Take a look at that. That was basically me.
Stupid.
What? That was basically me before I started the 9 to 5
Wow, did you get Josh surgery too?
How dare you? How dare you? So
I was not expecting that.
I like to keep you on your toes. That's it. So we obviously need to do something. We need to figure out a way to stay healthy as we're sitting down in an office environment, 9 to 5.
Not eating good.
Not eating well. We're eating junk food. We're drinking sugars. We're doing all sorts of things. So what we have Kim Nicholson here. She is a mother of 5. She's a wife. She's an author. She's a nutritionist. She's a master health coach. She's a personal trainer, yoga, Pilates, and even a swim instructor. She's a entrepreneur.
She's very nice.
She's very nice. She's a wellness advocate. She's a blogger. She's a product manager. And, fun fact, she was a former college cheerleader at TCU. There you go. And one other full disclosure, she's also my mom.
I was about to say, she's your mother.
I figured we throw it in there. She's my mom. So on the screen here, we have Kim Nicholson. Hello, Kim. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks for having me.
So even though you are my mom, and I typically call you mom on a day-to-day basis, for today's interview, for business purposes, we're going to keep it professional. I'm going to call you Kim.
I'm going to call you Mom.
Heather's going to call you mom.
You're my mom now.
There you go.
That sounds good to me.
So let's get started. Just, like I said, we'll keep it very professional. The very first question is, Kim, which one is your favorite son? Okay, no comment.
It's obviously Addison.
Okay. Second question is, as I explained, we're sitting in an office 9 to 5. Why is it that when you sit in office and you're sitting down for so long on your computer, hunched over for 6+ hours a day, why is it harmful for you?
Well, let me put it this way. There is a new disease out there, and we're not talking COVID. And it's a disease called the sitting disease. And I didn't coin the phrase. I'd like to say that I did. It wasn't me. It's a phrase coined by the medical community as well as a scientific community. Okay. And this sitting disease, we used to refer to it as a sedentary lifestyle. It's the 4th leading risk factor for global mortality in physical activity. 3.2 million deaths a year are related to physical inactivity. So it's called the sitting disease. It sounds simple, but it's a killer.
Gotcha. So being that it's called the sitting disease, obviously it doesn't sound too enlightening, but what are some of the effects of it that somebody might have sitting down in an office, hunched over 6+ hours a day? What are some of the risks, the outcomes that people may come across?
Their lifestyle choices, things such as any cardiovascular diseases, obesity, diabetes 2, even certain types of cancer like colon cancer. These all can be reduced if we just stand up and become a little bit more physically active. Let me put you on the spot. All right, I'm going to ask you.
Can't put me on the spot.
Yeah. You and Heather, you can think about this.
Who is your favorite mom?
Go ahead. Put me on the spot. Go ahead.
So I want you to, first of all, in order for us to cure this disease or to make better choices in our life, we have to be aware that it exists, okay? Mm-hmm. So think about it. I want you to tell me right now, how many times during the day, give us a kind of a brief description of what your day looks like. You obviously sleep for about 7 hours, right? So your body's sedentary. Yes, you get up and what is your day like?
I know what he does.
What do I do?
You go get a coffee and then you go sit on the couch. Yep. And work until noon on the couch, and then you get in your car and you go to the office, and then you sit at the office till 5.
It's a little creepy how well you know my day-to-day already. I'm freaked out a little bit, but yeah.
And then at 2:30, he goes to the bathroom.
Oh my God! Yeah, okay. We'll spare those details, but no, it's very similar to that. You wake up, get your coffee, sit down, and reply to emails that you missed overnight, and then I'll get up to get breakfast, but then sit right back down, and then work until lunch, and then get up, have lunch, sit right back down. Maybe grab, fill up my glass of water every now and then. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just a lot of sitting.
When you go home, then what do you do then too?
Sit down and play video games.
Sit down, play video games.
Wow, I know you so well.
Yeah, lots of sitting. Watch TV, exactly.
So how many hours a day do you think that you're actually in a seated position?
I really don't want to answer this because I hate the fact that it's probably like
24 hours. You're probably sitting for like 20.
Well, so if I'm sleeping for 6-7 hours, and then I'm sitting probably for at least another.
You're working like at least 8 hours a day.
8 hours, so
that's 16,
14.
And then you play video games and watch TV for another 2. That's like 18.
Ugh, I don't like it, but yes, too much.
So anybody who actually sits less than 4 hours is at a minimal risk. And that's 4 hours during your day. That's challenging.
Good thing my work shift is only 4 hours.
There you go, exactly.
Because I only sit for 4 hours.
That means you can't sit down anymore during the day.
I mean, I don't sit down. I lay down. I lay down in my bed for the rest of the day.
She lays down, that's it. All right. So
medium risk is 4 to 8 hours sitting a day. High risk is 8 to 11. And very high risk is 11 hours a day.
I'm screwed. I am so screwed.
At least Andrew Pelotons for like 30 minutes.
I do have a Peloton, and I do Pelly on occasion. But man, this is pretty nerve-wracking right now.
Believe me, exercising is great, And it's recommended that each of us do at least 150 minutes a week. This is above and beyond. And I'm not talking you have to, during your workday, you've got to get down on the floor and do burpees or mountain climbers or anything like that.
New challenge.
I'm saying at first, we need to be aware. We need to be truthful with ourselves. How many hours are we sitting in a day? And then what can we do about it, right? Isn't that kind of what you wanted me here?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we can do during this time is every hour for at least, think about it, you're sitting in the office for 8 hours or something. So every hour, just stand up, maybe have a stand-up meeting instead of when you get a phone call, instead of us taking a seat when you take the phone call, walk around. I mean, we all have mobile phones now. We can walk around as we're talking. Instead of sending someone an email, get up off your desk and go over and talk to them. Just stand up and have meetings. There's a bonus with that because people don't like to stand too often and they're not going to hang around and linger around afterwards anyway. So if you have a stand-up meeting, in and out, they'll be out. And then, of course, just consciously setting a plan for yourself. I mean, there's many things like you can do. Basically, you could just walk, like I said. You could do, you could have some things like in your office, like some of the exercise bands that, you could do some bicep curls. You could do some tricep kickbacks. There's a whole bunch of bands that are on the market.
Have you seen those balls that are like chairs, but they're like but you have to keep your balance all day?
Inflatable balls that you sit on.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on those?
You need to have some of those. Those are great. Also having a Fitbit or some sort of watch that'll tell you how inactive you've been. It's set as a reminder that there you go. Set that and it'll tell you what your heart rate is. Because basically all you want to do is to get out of the position that you're currently in. And you could do some yoga positions, some sun salutation ones. You could do, like I said, you could do squats. You could use the bands, anything that's going to get your body moving. Like I said, it doesn't have to make you sweat. It's just to get your body moving.
I'm going to die one day if I come in here and Andrew's just doing yoga poses.
I'm doing yoga poses. I'm doing yoga poses on that inflatable ball, making sure I'm
sitting there with his legs crossed.
in the middle of a team meeting.
Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. So,
and they also have those standing desks. You've seen those.
Yeah, of course.
I tried to get him to get one. He didn't want one. I have one.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Those are wonderful. Those are wonderful. So you can continue working and just in a standing position.
So we have an idea now of at least what to do with our bodies during those days. But what about the food? What kind of food should we intake as we are going through the day, whether it's snacks or drinks or what have you? What are some food items that you recommend that we have?
Well, obviously, let me tell you what you shouldn't have. Any sodas. I wish we just didn't even have sodas, to be honest with you. Sodas are a really tough one to add during your day because you're adding sugars to it, whether it's fake sugars or real sugars, you're still adding sugar to your body. And of course, candy bars. A lot of people think they've got to go in for that rush of sugar high. And instead, they don't realize they can get that rush by eating natural foods. So some of my favorites are hummus. I love hummus. Hummus is great. You can have it with carrot sticks or celery sticks or even crackers if you want to. Edamame. Anytime I go to a sushi restaurant, I always order, 2 extra to take with me so I can eat it throughout the week because soy is a very great way to increase your energy levels. Some other things, of course, would be apples. Right now it's apple season. So apples, and you can add peanut butter to it if you want. Peanut butter is also another wonderful source of a healthy alternative. Drink plenty of water. Of course, that's one of my favorite things one of my favorite mantras is I'm always saying, drink water, drink water, drink water. And so water would be one, and you can add lemon slices or lime slices to it, or cucumbers are wonderful in water. Some other things are yogurt. If you want something kind of cooled and creamy rather than ice cream, take some yogurt. And of course, oatmeal. If you want to add some granola to your yogurt, that also will give you an increased energy without having to get that sugar rush or that sugar high.
Let's talk about stay on that water topic because I love water. I drink water. I think that's
go hide right now.
Yeah, I think one of my greatest strengths when I am out and people ask me, Andrew, tell me about yourself. One of the things I always say is I drink so much water. It's a part of me. Heather, on the other hand, I don't think you've consumed water in the past 72 hours.
What?
When's the last time you had a glass of water? A full glass of water? It's been a while, right?
Probably yesterday morning.
Okay, that's not good.
Okay, but like Andrew made me get those sparklets, the thing for my house.
The water
and
delivery?
they keep bringing me water, and I'm not going through it fast enough.
Gotta do it.
I've literally been on the same half gallon for probably a week.
So why is, obviously, we know the basics of why water is so important, but what are some of the benefits of drinking a certain amount of water a day, and how much water should we really be drinking throughout the day?
Well, think about it this way. 70 to 80% of your body is made up of water. Every cell in your body is based upon water, your brain. So when you get dehydrated, you feel kind of sluggish. If you can taste it, you can tell when you get that like cotton mouth feeling. Your lips get chapped, your skin gets chapped. You can tell the people who drink water.
Is this why I have all these problems?
Yeah, Heather, all these problems that you're listing off,
wait,
Heather.
My lips are chapped. Wait, my skin is really dry right now.
Heather is slowly becoming more and more hurt by the fact that she's realized she doesn't.
And then I drink coffee, which dehydrates you.
Yes.
Yes, and alcohol too. So
Heather's a little hungover this morning. So again, this is right up her.
Called out.
Make sure you drink that water. No, but it's water. I mean, water is just, if you wanted to do one thing this week to make yourself healthier, Heather, is drink water. And how much should you drink? Well, there's a rule of thumb out there, and it's like take your weight,
and
divide it in half, put it in ounces. That's what your water intake should be a day.
That's a lot of water.
It is a lot of water. So it's going to take you a while to get used to. But I kind of, I take that kind of as a rule of thumb, and I kind of would say, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of that off because I don't want to be running to the bathroom all day long, but it will make
taking your exercise in, running to the bathroom
running
5
to the
times
bathroom.
an hour.
That's right.
Well,
So
it
for
keeps you up and away from your desk, doesn't it?
Exactly. So for people like Heather who have a problem remembering to drink water, who just don't want to drink water.
Is this an intervention?
Yes, this is actually an intervention. We're not actually recording anything. We're just intervening you. What are some tricks that you might offer Heather to say, hey, try this out to be able to remember to drink more water, to want to drink more water? What would you do if somebody came to you and said, Kim, I need help drinking more water?
Yeah. I think one of the best things that you can do is to get a water bottle that indicates how many fluid ounces it holds.
And then just fill it up.
I think my best friend is a hydro flask because it keeps the water cold. Because that's the thing. I don't like drinking warm water.
But do you think it would help to actually see the water levels of where you're at?
A hydro flask is like what, 24 ounces?
Yeah, but you can't see through it though.
I know, but
what Kim is saying is the water bottles that are transparent, that have the levels of where you should be throughout the day.
Okay.
I think that would be good.
Is this my new present?
Yes.
And the other thing is, especially for people who have allergies, you need to be drinking water every 15 minutes, even if it's just a sip or two. It'll help with your allergies.
Kim, how do you know so much about water? Tell us.
Well, I wrote a book on it.
What's the book called?
And the name, why you should drink more water. 50 ways, 50 reasons why, and 100 reasons how.
So let's get back to why some embarrassing stories about Andrew while we have you on the camera. While we have you here, tell me about when he was 5.
We'll save that for the after show here. But no, this was great. Really appreciate all the insight that you provided to us. Gave us some really good information that we could hopefully learn.
Get some water now.
We're gonna go drink a gallon or 2 of water. But no, this is great. Kim, do you have anything you want to promote? I know you have your website, you have your books.
Yep. No, what I really kind of stand for, and I've always been this way ever since you were little, is promote a healthy lifestyle, because it all comes down to choices, and every little choice you make during the day can affect your health. And so if you can just make one small change, it will make a big difference in your life. So you know me, I can talk for hours about health and fitness.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you have talked for hours and hours.
Like clear a room that way when I start.
Well, that was great. Kim, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check out Kim's website, kimnick.com. We have an assortment of a library of books that you've written for kids fitness to, the importance of drinking water, to water fitness. If you want more information on living that healthy lifestyle, definitely check out kimnick.com. Kim, thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was our first interview. I think it went really well, actually.
I'm still want to know what you did when you were a kid. That was embarrassing.
It is confidential, and it's probably never going to be spoken. The life before me and you meeting is very mysterious. Confidential. Yeah, it's under wraps. But no, that was great. I'm really glad that we had her on. And I think the most important thing we realized was Heather doesn't drink nearly enough water. I think that's really what we need to focus on.
We learned from this whole.
That's exactly what we learned. Obviously, we learned a lot about eating right and living a healthy lifestyle, but
Heather does not drink enough water.
You need to drink more water. We'll work on that. We'll get you there.
I mean, look at my hands. Like, they're so rough. Look, I'm shaking so bad right now.
You really are. Are you okay over there?
No.
Okay.
I have issues in my life.
Oh, geez. All right. So last episode, we talked all about Ready, Set, Social. Mm-hmm. It's the business that we're starting from the ground up, you and I. It's
podcasting about it.
We're podcasting about it. We're targeting business owners who want to increase their social expansion for their business.
Yes.
And we're also targeting, people who want to get into the influencer game, who want to, start something, and they don't necessarily know where to start. And with so many options out there, it's hard to kind of find good, solid, consistent advice. And that's really what we're trying to do with Ready, Set, Social. We're helping both sides of the coin. So we're also going to be transparent about it. Like I said, we're going to talk numbers. We're going to talk, what money we have coming in, what money we have going out. Again, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page with what we're trying to do with it, and they can follow along. And it's fun.
Yeah,
it's engaging.
It is engaging.
So with this segment, this next time we're going to talk about, we'll obviously get into the legal aspect of it. Now, I'm not going to, talk about it. We'll get somebody in here to talk about, getting a LLC set up or getting, all your bank info set up. But usually with the first steps of the digital side, we definitely need to focus on getting a website, right? Get that website up and running so you can get your name out there sooner rather than later.
NeonBoulevard.com.
NeonBoulevard.com. Hey, BigHead.com. We got all sorts of domains going out there. But for Ready, Set, Social, we're going to talk about 3 things that I look for when I'm buying a new domain for my business idea. Mm-hmm. There are 3 things that I always try to check off that list. Number 1 is I try my very hardest to stick with the .com. .com is no matter how many options that are out there with .pizza,
.com is like
Vegas. .com is
the king,
the top dog.
I almost feel like when it is a whatever, like our radio station is mix941.fm.
That's tough.
I mean, it works because we're a radio station, so okay, cool. But like mix941.com is taken by another radio station, and a lot of people go to that station's website looking for us.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like it cheapens the brand when you don't use a .com.
I agree. And unfortunately for Ready, Set, Social, we had to get ReadySet.social. We couldn't afford ReadySetSocial.com because it was 20, 30, 40 grand or something like that. Yeah, we try our hardest to stick with the .com. Now, It's not the end of the world if you don't get the .com. You just have to be more communicative when you're promoting your brand, when you're promoting the website, to really insinuate and enforce.
But a lot of people that don't actually go to websites anymore. They just click links.
Exactly. That's exactly. And that's why if it's not .com, it's not the end of the world, because they're clicking a link from your social media page. They're clicking a link from an email newsletter. They're clicking a link from a text message that maybe was sent. Yeah. So they're not necessarily typing in the domain as much anymore. But again, if you don't get the .com, it's not the end of the world, but you really want to try to get you want to try every option before going to another option.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I'm glad you do. Thank you. So,
okay.
Number 2, using those keywords within the domain. Ready, Set, Social. It's the start of your social media business. We need to get you an extra double shot of espresso or something like that. You are.
I'm running off of 3 hours of sleep right now.
Yeah, she's struggling over there. But no, we really want to hone in on getting the keywords in the domain. So when you are searching for something relevant, whether it's social media, you ideally would want Ready, Set, Social to show up in those keywords. So really focusing on what keywords we're using in the domain is crucial. And again, say for example, you have a business, McDonald's, but McDonald's is already taken. So what can you do to get a relevant domain while still, staying true to your brand? Something like,
it's hard. I mean, when we sat with Ready Set Social, I feel like we sat around for like a good 2 hours.
Oh, we did.
It just like, we're like, ready what? You came up with the name.
Yeah.
I got to give you props for that. But
Thank
we just
you.
kept taking words and was like, okay, what do we use? How do we do this?
Yeah.
But it's hard to come up with an original name for.
And that's where you have to get creative. It's using like a verb or some sort of call to action within the domain too. So like I said, like McDonald's.com is obviously taking, but maybe eatmcdonalds.com or
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.com.
How would you spell that? BADADADADA.com.
Wait, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No, it'd be BADABABABA.com.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If that's not taken, we're going to take that as soon as this.
Brian, can you look up BADABABABA.com and tell me if it's available? Thank you. I'm buying it right now.
And then the third thing that I try to focus on when I'm searching for a new domain.
Aren't you glad I'm running up in
I
3
am
hours?
so glad of this. This is fantastic. We want to try to avoid any hyphens in the domain. I know
I hate that.
it's so easy to just find a domain that has a hyphen in it and you think it's great.
No, because people will never type in that hyphen.
Brian gives a thumbs up for BADABADA.
Or buying it right now.
All right, Brian, buy that. Put it on the expense for Ready Set Social.
What is it, like $10?
Something that's it's like $10
I
a year.
literally want to buy this website. Oh, wait, hold up.
Are you having a moment right now?
Yes, I literally, Brian, do you know how to do animation?
Of course he does.
Okay.
He's a pro at it.
So I want to buy BADABABA.com and I want to put a burger animated.
Heather also wants
And
to get sued by one of the biggest companies in the world. Let me know how that goes.
Burger to go bada. You just go to the website. It's black, but there's a burger on that website that goes bada ba ba ba.
I smell a cease and desist coming really quick.
No.
The song actually has an artist.
There you go. See?
What?
Eric IQ Gray.
There you go.
What?
It's a song.
Oh, it's a song.
Yeah.
Wow. But seriously, wouldn't that be so funny? Can we please do it?
You can do it on your own first.
Why would we get sued? It's just funny. It's not like we're promoting anything. We just literally
We have so much to do throughout the day. You really think that we want to waste hours and hours creating an animation?
That's what I'm going to focus on all day Monday is making bada-ba-ba-ba.com. This is the greatest thing ever. Why is this so funny to me and no one cares?
We're gonna put Heather to bed after this.
Give me some water.
She
Put me to bed.
needs some water and some sleep. That's exactly what she needs.
Look at it. Wait, am I allowed to curse on this podcast?
You can curse on this podcast.
okay.
Go ahead. So we want to avoid hyphens in the domain, right? Obviously, that's clear. I know it's easy to find the right domain with a
So
hyphen
I'm
in
not
it.
doing ba hyphen da hyphen.
You can do whatever
ba.
your heart desires. I will not be a part of that. And then let's just do a little bonus one. One other additional thing that I look for is avoiding the double letters.
I hate that.
Right? So like if it's like, what's an example? Print today, printtoday.com. I would do your best to try to avoid those double letters.
So like if I wanted heatherradio.com,
That's tough.
because
2 R's.
there's 2 R's.
Yeah, the Heather Radio.
So
I would try to do something like, heyheather.com. Another great example. Or listen to heather.com. Or
why do we not do listen to heather.com?
that's too long. Hey Heather is so short and concise.
You like that website? Heyheather.com?
He loves it.
Brian hates it.
He loves it.
Time to change it.
But no, you want to try to do your best to avoid those double letters. I think it'll save you a tremendous amount of time, and people incorrectly typing in the domain if they do type it in.
Okay.
So those are 3 with a bonus. 3 with a bonus tip of
3.5 tips.
3.5 tips of what I look for when I'm buying a new domain name.
Can we have like a little like
Intro segment.
like an image that pops up above our head that says like tips with Andrew.
Tips with Andrew. Yeah, some cheesy 90s music or something like that. I think that'd be great.
Brian loves the soundboard now.
Brian, give us a little something here for our next segment that Heather's going to talk about. Excellent. That was great. We can't hear it because we don't have headphones in.
You
but
could literally have
in the
played
post-production.
it's a guitar. Okay.
Okay, good. All right, so This is Heather's next segment. Hegmer. Yeah, maybe I need some sleep now.
Keep drinking your coffee.
Thank you. I will.
What are we talking about?
So,
Creator Fund.
yeah, the
Creator Fund.
The Creator Fund.
Okay, so
hold on. Explain. So there are ways to make money through social media.
There's
through
tons of ways.
paid promotions, etc. But what some of you may not know is businesses like TikTok and Instagram
YouTube.
now getting into it. YouTube,
Amazon.
They would pay you based on the quality of your content and what kind of results you get. So tell us what the Creator Fund is.
Okay, so the Creative Fund on TikTok, or Creator Fund, is per view. I think it's $0.01 for every 1,000 views is what I think it is.
So there is a formula?
I'm pretty sure it's a cent for every 1,000 views, which is not a lot when you really look at it. But think about it, like,
what are you doing? You're creating a 15.
So like I think my 3 million video, I got like $110 or something. So like there's money to be made. Altogether though, I've been really slacking lately on TikTok.
You have been.
Yeah. I think I made like $1,200 off of TikTok, which that's a pretty good chunk of change for just making content, which I'm already doing on social media.
Making 1 minute long videos.
Yeah. I think king is still YouTube when it comes to paying out creators.
Sure.
I have old videos up there that are still getting views, and I think I've made like almost $200 off those old videos and just getting replayed. So that's cool. What else? So Instagram is trying to get into the game, but Instagram is making it a little hard. Like they did the whole like live thing where you had to go live every day, or no, once a week. You had to go live for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Or no, what was it? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes.
You sure about that?
Yeah, it was 15 minutes.
Okay.
Because I remember being like, oh, this is the longest 15 minutes of my life. I hated it. But I didn't do it right because you had to turn on badges. Like they make it kind of hard. But anyway, they would pay you $200 at the end of the month if you went live every day. Because what they're trying to do, I think, is steal business back from TikTok and put you back on Instagram. So they're paying out. Now, the most recent thing I got invited to from Instagram was Reels is now going to start paying out. But they're only gonna, like, the max you could get is $600 for the month, but you have to have 1.7 million views on all your reels for that month, which is a lot.
Sure.
You would have to literally make one video that went viral. So, like, I mean, if I posted a video every day, I normally get about 4,000 views on a video. I'm not gonna hit that. I'm only gonna hit like 100,000, and they'll still pay you a little bit, but like, they're making it where you want to, like, they're giving you incentives. So you try to do stuff.
You've made the most money on TikTok so far.
I made the most money on TikTok so far. Amazon also pays me out. I think I made like $20 off Amazon now. So like it's change. It's like extra little money. But like if you're already out there creating this content, you're already out there promoting yourself. Might as well make that. Might as well get paid for it. And I think that a lot of people, when it comes down to it, I sit here and try to teach people all the time how to make TikToks and Instagram and Reels and stuff like that. And a lot of people just don't grasp it. Like their mind just doesn't think like that. And my mind is so heavily focused on that stuff. Like I go throughout my day and like that whole blah thing. I'm like, oh, how do I make that into a TikTok? And that's how I constantly think. But a lot of people don't grasp how to make that kind of content. So I can get how it could be difficult. But once you got it down and your mind starts thinking like that, you can make damn good money off of social media. And like you said, it's not just the creator fund. It's not just these accounts paying you. It's
leads to
businesses
other
are like, hey, come down here and do this, and we'll pay you $1,000 and put it on your TikTok. And you're like, I mean, that, dude, I've got to think of all the times I've gotten paid through TikTok. Like businesses hitting me up.
Do they pay you instantly?
I've probably made almost 10 grand.
Wow.
Off of social media stuff.
Do you, for the creator fund, do you get paid instantly, or is there a threshold?
No, it's so with the creator fund, it's you end the month and then you have to wait a month to get paid.
Okay, so it takes about 2 months.
It takes about 2 months. So if I hit a viral TikTok, I will not get paid till December.
Wow.
So I mean, like you're making the content for other businesses or whatever, so you might as well get into that creator fund and try to get paid. It's honestly a really fun game to me.
Are there ways to, really make the most out of it? Like, are there ways that, I guess you kind of touched on that, is you're always thinking about the next TikTok
I'm
you're going to
always
make, the next
thinking,
video that you're going to make.
I literally, in my TikTok right now,
How many drafts do you have?
I was going to say, I'm going to see how many drafts I have.
Holy sheet.
Oh.
Wow. That was perfect timing.
Holy sheet.
Holy sheet.
253.
You have 253 drafts videos you haven't made.
That I just have like started.
How many videos do you have that you published?
I don't know, but I just want to show you my favorite TikTok.
Let's see. Okay.
I got him to do it. Best friends.
So this is the last episode Heather's going to be on. It's been fun.
No, I don't know how many videos I've posted. I've been posting those since what? Beginning of
the pandemic.
2020. Yeah. Beginning of the pandemic. My friend Mo in Arizona showed me TikTok. Yeah. I did not grasp how to make TikToks. I did not understand how to make TikToks. You know what actually is a good challenge though? What was my first like actually good? You know what happens is you start getting into these, you get into it and you're playing around with it and you think something's funny and you just post it. But then you're like, oh, let me figure out how to edit this to make it just a little bit cooler. So then you go Google or YouTube, like what you did when you go YouTube, how do I edit this on TikTok? And then you teach yourself. Because I remember the first time I opened TikTok, I was playing with Miles and Kennedy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? And I'm like, this is too difficult for me. My pea brain couldn't handle it. Mm-hmm. But once you get it, TikTok makes it very easy for you to create really cool videos with really cool effects.
Do you ever run into like creative roadblocks when you're...
Oh my God. This is what's been happening TikTok for the past 2 months.
How do you handle it? How do you deal with a situation like that? Is it just time or you just keep trying new things and see what happens? Or
no, you like...
How do you successfully get past that creative roadblock when you're in a slump?
You know, I think when you were in the pandemic, I was bored.
Yeah.
So I was constantly making videos.
Sure.
And it was fun.
It was new.
And it was new. It was fun. There was no pressure. I was just having fun, enjoying time. I'm trying to see what my first like successful looking TikTok was. But it was just fun. And there was no pressure. I wasn't trying to make money. I wasn't trying to do anything.
You're just being
myself, having fun, trying to create cool content. And then I think as soon as it became a job where I was like, oh, I can make money off of this, let me keep going, I started getting creative roadblocks because I'm like, I want to keep it original. Or what happens is you get discouraged because you posted 6 videos in a row and they're not doing well. And you're like, well, fuck, why am I wasting my time going to XYZ and XYZ, sitting here creating this video just for it to get 200 views? It's kind of like a discouragement. So how do I get out of that? Time. Try to do something that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things that like you can't force it. If you force it, you're going to create content that's not good.
Yeah.
So
that's the last thing you want.
Yeah. So I did read something recently that was actually very interesting. When you're like, when you can't be creative or something, or I don't know, I got to find the quote and I'll tell you later, but it was just something really.
You had me engaged right there.
I know. It's because I'm on 3 hours of sleep, bro. I'm probably still rambling too. But anyway, no, I think that you just got to like maybe take a moment, go for a walk, do something like to creative, listen to music or something, read something, watch something.
Go listen to K-Flay or Rob Thomas.
Go listen to K-Flay or Rob Thomas. I think watching other TikToks will get your creative juices flowing too, because you're like, oh shit, I want to do that.
Sure.
Or like, oh shit, I like that edit. I want to figure out how to do that onto this video. Mm-hmm. So there's that. You know, I think one of my most successful TikToks that I made, the first one for a business, was my Red Rock Suite one.
Yeah.
I made this.
Hey, welcome to my Las Vegas home at the Red Rock Casino.
It's very bad edits.
I remember that.
But it was the first time that I was like promoting a business, and they didn't pay me or anything. I just thought the suite was cool. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let's make a video. Remember this video?
Content. Of course.
That's Heather having a roadblock and being like, I need to post something.
Yeah. No, that was good. And
oh, look how cute I was. I was a baby. I was a little baby.
You've come a long way from the editing that you did for that first Red Rock video compared to your most recent videos, which look fantastic. And it's pretty cool. It's been a year, and you've improved that much. Just you utilizing what TikTok offers.
Yeah.
With their tools that they have for their video editing. I think that's pretty awesome.
Thanks. I mean, there's money to be made out there if you want to hustle, but it does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of patience.
Lots of ups, lots of downs.
Lots of ups, lots of downs. Don't get discouraged. And you too can make, I can't believe, now that I'm really thinking about it, I probably made like 10 grand off of social.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a salary, but it's definitely extra money.
Yeah, of course. And that's only going to increase over the
Definitely
next
paid
few
for
years.
my alcohol bill last night.
I would hope so.
I don't even want to look at my credit card.
We're gonna look at your credit card statement in the next episode. We're gonna go through each line by line and see what you actually bought last night. It's gonna be great.
I have a feeling it's like a $400 tab that I spent.
I think you need a few more viral videos to pay for that tab next time.
I know. I got paid yesterday from an account and half that check's gone because I spent it on alcohol last night. I was like, yeah, just take my card. And everyone freaking bought drinks on my card.
Rookie move, Heather, rookie move. Well, that was great though. Thank you so much for kind of opening up and showing us a little behind the scenes on the Creator Fund there. No, this is great. This is a great second episode that we did.
So which episode do you like more, first or second?
Second, of course. We crushed it the second episode.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
Make sure to check out heybighead.com. I'm going to go stretch and drink some water. Heather, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go create my new website with my talking cheeseburger.
There you go. Awesome. We'll see you guys. We'll see you next time.